meeting back in March, I believe. And given what we have for an actual population, where might it make sense to start?
So what do you see as the biggest differences then between the 24 and the 50? When you say
what I see as
structure?
the biggest difference is that I can't imagine having multiple breakouts during the group of 20, in the group of 24, 25. I don't know that we would want a breakout smaller than 12.
Yeah.
So what if we offered 2 and then 2? Right, because we planned on 4.
Yeah.
So what if we, that's the big difference, whereas in Middleton, we're going to go with all 4, perhaps repeating them each twice, so people can actually get a first and second choice.
I think that does that make sense? So let me just see, I have to get my head wrapped around this. So if we went with just 2, the day 1, we had breakout choices, the 1.5 hours in the morning, a 1 that's it.
That's it for the first day.
And then the second day, we had breakouts of 1.5 in the morning and then a 1 hour in the afternoon.
Right.
So I see breakout in day 1 in the afternoon, not the morning.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, right?
I'm just gonna change the color of the lunch.
I just want to throw one thing. It's doable. Cynthia's on board and able to participate with the Connections to Equity. Her schedule, because it is the first day is the MMSD full day institute. Her preference would be the Wednesday morning and the Friday morning, if we can make that possible. It might not be able to make possible. The other idea I wanted to talk about is, do you hold equity as a breakout, or do you hold equity as large group content?
Right.
I am open to either, but I just wonder if we force the choice around equity, if you don't go, what does that say?
Yeah.
People are,
Exactly.
so I just wanted us to like revisit, is equity breakout?
That's a really important question, and I think I might like to see it as a whole group content.
So that's day 2 in both of them, would be the morning of day 2s.
That'd be her preference because of her schedule.
Yeah, no, that makes.
I also think it makes sense in terms of time
Right.
too.
So would one question would be, given the first round, of if we wanted to offer 2 and 2, right? So now we would probably adjust it slightly, so it'd be an hour and a half in the afternoon of day 1, and an hour and a half in the afternoon of day 2, right?
I just don't have this in my head well enough to be able to
Right.
say yes or no yet.
Because
So that's a shift right now,
Right.
there's a 1 hour breakout in the morning
Right,
and in the afternoon, so we'd be switching
we're
those.
switching those.
Well, so hold on, before we go to that, let's think about this equity thing for a moment. Does it seem to make sense to, we have that systems thinking as the big content area around experiential learning? Perhaps the focus, that big content, is the connections to equity.
It's just that we can't do it on day 1 because Cynthia's schedule will not.
Oh, so you can only do it on day 2.
Day 2
I
for both of
understand,
them.
I see.
She's flexible with Middleton, but not with,
So then,
and I don't think we want to have 2 different designs.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, that would probably be a really easy catch, and I just think in terms of time.
but we can switch it from making decisions that stick.
Yeah.
Take the making decisions
that's right.
that stick.
That
Is
is
that-
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Is that what you're getting at? Okay, sorry about that. I
Yeah,
didn't-
so day 1 would remain as it exists right now. We're gonna have a conversation here in a little bit about adding a 4th breakout session though, right?
if we lived equity, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought, I was understanding that we would just switch it, so making decisions that stick would be the breakout that replaces.
No, it's not a breakout right now.
No, the
I know that-
suggestion is to switch it with
Equity, because if equity replaces making decisions
Well,
that stick.
I think I defer to Sarah in terms of letting her pick the content that she would want to do.
Because it's my breakout.
It is, yeah. So,
Where systems thinking, remind me where we were going with that. Just give me a quick, what content are we talking about there?
I do not remember.
I don't either.
Do you remember?
yeah, I think that we wanted to do something that was experiential in the sense of like how we typically do the triangle. We wanted to do something to reinforce the concepts around systems thinking. There's some text that we talked about using that gets at it. There's a video that I think would be useful in this context as well that gets at this.
And the idea is getting people to look at their systems, their
Right,
robust systems, their ones that are
right,
maybe not even in existence.
yeah,
This is really complex systems thinking.
yes.
Yeah, that's right. And some of that, that piece I just sent out to you guys, I think would be really useful.
Mm-hmm.
Check on that.
Mm-hmm.
So if we kept that as it exists right now in day one, we have lunch, and then we have whole group, and there we have strengthening identity, and then a break, and then a breakout choices, 1.5 hours. And here's where in the Middleton version, we want to offer 4 options. In our own version, we're going to offer 2 here, and then offer 2 other ones on the second day of the afternoon. Does that make sense?
Is Jeanette capturing this accurately?
Is that
So,
right?
I'm trying to-
We
Yeah.
have 2
Yeah.
choices for Peloton
Yeah.
and 4 choices for McPasdy,
Yeah.
and then we've got, we just repeat the same 4
Yes.
the next day for McPasdy, but we shift to the other 2.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, I think that sounds reasonable. That way everybody gets their, at least, one of their first 2 choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question would be, Sarah, is there a topic that you would want to offer as a breakout?
Sorry, like,
What might be another choice?
such a broad question. I feel like I need some data or some, like, what are we missing, or what
Mhm.
might be relative to Middleton, or,
What-
right? More than just like, what
Yeah.
what can I train on?
Yeah.
Also, what was advertised,
I think we're hitting everything that's been advertised.
did we?
Right. Well, one thought would be that if you wanted to do polarity mapping management, I could do it, something on decision making. So we would still, right? So you would have the polarity mapping management one that's there,
And then
which
you
you've done before, and I would do a decision making workshop.
all of those strategies that we
Yeah.
never get to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, I've done that before, we did, we did that down there, when we were done.
Yep, so that's one idea. I like that idea. We're also just coming off of the 4-day in which lemons to lemonade and energy traps were the top picks. So that kind of data is in my head about,
Yeah,
in this current minute, what are people most interested in?
mhm.
Always problem solving, I feel like. So that's why I think those 2 have great appeal.
And so, do we lift? Do you do something around decisions? Do I do something around one of those 2 topics?
Did we advertise polarity management?
Let me pull up the flyer.
it's the least of all of the topics that it's sort of like application oriented, right? It's
It's an awareness,
yes.
when you're
So
aware of it, you
yeah.
stop fighting and so on.
We have the energy traps.
Oh, you're right, we do. And the one,
And,
you're right,
Who's doing that one?
you.
you are,
Well, I thought I was doing data.
Well, this might work out great because I could easily do the energy.
you are doing data, data's a 1.5 hour and the energy trap is a 1 hour.
Oh, I see.
I
So
think
now-
we should look at this whole
Yeah.
table and
Yeah.
line it up with
Yeah.
what we advertise because
I'm trying to find our flyer, I don't know, God. I really don't know why I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I'm trying, oh, here, we spell it differently, that's all.
I know.
Okay.
We spell flyer.
Yeah,
Sometimes
sometimes it's
it's
Y,
Y,
sometimes